Okay, guys, it's 2:30 on the dot. We're going to go ahead and get started. So just find a mat or a soft surface, preferably for your knees and joints. And you can either get into seated on your knees or like I'm going to be in crisscross. And we're just going to get started and set our intention for the day. So most of us want to get more flexible and build some strength. So just think about that and take a few deep breaths, and then we'll get going. All right, let's get to all fours on your hands and your knees. So you want your weight to be evenly distributed, and you're going to spread your fingers out, Connor. Spread your fingers out a little bit more. There you go. And we're going to, we did this last week, we're going to do cat and cow. So you're going to, just like that, cave your back in, look down, and then take a deep breath in and look up and get that low back stretch. So do a few of those. Really good to loosen up the spine, which if you've been sitting a lot, this is really nice. A nice stretch, gentle stretch. All right, now we're going to thread the needle. So we're going to take your right arm and put it under your left, and you're going to get that good shoulder stretch like that. I have to wiggle sometimes around to get a stretch in my shoulder, but we're just going to be here for a few breaths. Your breathing can help you take you further into the stretch. This is a good stretch for tennis players. Okay, back to the center. We're going to do it on the other arm, left arm up, thread it underneath your right. And find that stretch. Okay, back to all fours. And we're going to push up into our down dog. That should look like an upside down V. You're trying to put your heels to the ground and you're pushing your arms away from the mat. Good. So like Connor was doing, if you need to walk out and kind of loosen up, that's good. I like to push my feet into the ground, just like that. Make sure your head is dangling nice and softly between your arms. So you're going to do down dog, leg up right. You're going to put your right leg up. This is also a split. Now, if you want to do something a little more challenging, you can take your right foot and point it to your left hand and get a nice side stretch. This is called three-legged dog. Okay, everyone back to that right leg up. And we're going to reach it through and come into a high lunge. So your back heel should be off the ground. You should really be bending into that front knee. Don't let that knee come in. You want it to stay out. Make sure you're breathing. Okay, next we're going to do high lunge with a twist. So you're going to take your left elbow and twist it around to your right knee. If this is too challenging, you can just stay in your high lunge. This is a balance pose. And don't force it. It should be a spine opener. You shouldn't be forcing that spine to bend. And if you fall out, just get right back in. Okay, come back to middle, high lunge again. Really bend down. Don't cheat. Okay, we're going to go back down into down dog. Keep that right leg up. And then we're going to take that right leg down, and we're going to do our vinyasas. So we did this a lot last time. We're going to do a few more vinyasas this time than we did the first class. So you're going to go to your plank. Stay here for a few seconds, halfway down, chaturanga, and then all the way down. And then you're going to push up into your up dog and get that low back stretch in. So if you aren't able to go halfway down without putting your knees on the ground, that's fine. You can do it that way. Okay, and then we're gonna push back up into our down dog and just stay here for a few breaths. Okay, down dog, left leg up with the option to do the three-legged dog. I'm not even gonna room on my side. Okay, back to the center. Take that left leg through and come up into high lunge. With all of these poses, you should have one side that has better balance than the other. And try to remember which side that is so you can work on that side more that needs it. Okay, now we're gonna do high lunge twist. So twisting to your left, hooking that right elbow over to your left knee. Good job. Once again, if that feels too challenging, just stay in the high lunge. And you shouldn't be resting all your weight on there. You should really be focusing on twisting that spine. Okay, back to center, high lunge. Good. Don't turn that knee in. Good job. Now we're gonna go back to down dog, left leg up. Okay, take that left leg back down. Let's do a vinyasa. Out to your plank pose. Halfway down, chaturanga, then all the way down to the ground, pushing up to your up dog. Okay, and then you're gonna push back up to your down dog. Hang out here for a few seconds. All right. This sequence is gonna be a fun one. So down dog, right leg up, and we're gonna bring that right leg through into a runner's lunge. So you're not coming up, you're staying right here, you're maintaining your posture, your elbow or your shoulders are not in your ears. And you're just gonna take a few deep breaths here. Relax your neck. Okay, we're gonna turn that back leg slightly out and pop up into our warrior one. So your belly button should be facing forward. And bend deeply into that front knee. And remember to breathe. Your breaths can take you deeper into the stretch. Okay, now we're gonna go into our warrior two. So we're gonna keep that front knee bent, but our shoulders are gonna turn to our left, and you're gonna look down that right hand. And really bend into that front leg. You're trying to make a 90-degree angle in that front leg. If you're not feeling it, you probably need to bend lower. Now we're going to do extended side angle. So keeping your front leg bent, you're going to either reach your hand down to the ground, your ankle, or your shin, wherever you can. I'm gonna put my elbow on my knee and just rest it there. But whatever you do, see how Connor is open. Make sure your shoulders aren't collapsing down. Do whatever you can to keep those shoulders open. Deep breath in, breathe out. All right, coming back up into your warrior two. Looking down those fingertips, we're gonna straighten that front leg. Okay, it shouldn't be bent. And we're gonna do the same thing. Try to reach down to your shin, ankle, or if some of you can do the ground, that's great. Just make sure your shoulders are staying open. For our next one, if you need a second to go find a wall or something you can hang on to, that is fine. We're going to go from our triangle pose into what's called half moon. So this one's a little more tricky. So what you need to do is you're gonna put this right hand a few inches out in front of your right foot, and you're gonna kick off that back foot and hover it off the ground. See, I already fell out. Good job, Con. And what you're trying to do is open those shoulders And keep those hands on the ground with your foot back behind you in a straight line. Nice. And if that's not challenging enough, you can even hover your fingers just a few inches off the ground. Okay, back to our warrior two. Deep bend into that front knee. And then we're gonna take our hands and put it back down on the mat into our down dog. Pushing those arms away from the ground. And we're gonna do a vinyasa. Come out to your plank pose, halfway down, all the way down, pushing up, and then we're gonna sink back into a child's pose. Finding your breath here, and pushing back up into your down dog. Now let's take it on the other side. So down dog, left leg up. We're gonna go through into our feet, into a runner's lunge. Maintaining good posture and breathing. All right, pushing up, we're going to rotate that back foot and push up into our warrior one, keeping our belly button and shoulders facing front. Now we're going to turn our shoulders out to the side, to the right, keeping that front knee bent into our warrior two. Look down those fingertips. Keep those shoulders back. Now we're going to do side angle. Keep your front knee bent, and you're going to go down. If you can touch the ground, that's great. I'm going to rest my elbow on my leg, but I'm keeping those shoulders open. Your neck should be relaxed on this one. Back up into our warrior two, still staying bent. And then we're going to straighten that front leg. And we're going to try to touch the ground, keeping those shoulders open. This is triangle. Whew. This one's a tough one for me. I'm always tight here. Deep breath, and we're going to go into half moon, putting your left hand in front of your left foot a couple inches, and taking that leg up behind you. This is a tough balance one, so it is okay if you fall out or if you need to hold on to something. Khan's killing it. I'll try. Oof. Like I said, if this isn't hard enough, you can hover those fingers off. Okay, let's go back into our warrior two. Yeah, be careful. And then we're going to place our hands back on the ground, back into our down dog. Vinyasa, let's go out to our plank pose. Halfway down, all the way down, pushing up into our up dog, and then sink up for a nice child's pose. Okay, coming back into your down dog. Whenever you're ready. We're gonna do a sun salutation. Okay, starting your down dog, come to your plank. And I want you to either step to the front of your mat to come into standing forward fold or hop. And remember, for forward fold, you're not trying to strain and get those fingers to the ground. You're trying to take your face to your knees. Should be really loose in the arms. Okay, we're going to go halfway up here, keeping our back flat. And then we're going to go all the way up. We're going to lift our arms up, taking a small back bend if you want to, and then all the way back down. Halfway up, then down, and then we're going to either hop or step back out to our plank. And then we're going to go halfway down, pushing up into our up dog, and then back to our down dog. Same thing, go back to your plank, either hop or step forward into your standing forward fold. And then you're gonna rise up slowly, one vertebra at a time, into mountain. Taking those arms up, we're gonna do a little side stretch. So taking your right hand and grabbing your left wrist, you are going to stretch to the right side. And you shouldn't be collapsed over like this. You should be using your core. This is my favorite stretch of all the stretches. Back up to mountain. Shake your shoulders out. We're going to do the other side. Take your right wrist into your left hand. Okay. And now we're going to do a few posture poses. This one's called cactus. So get your hands up like you're giving 2 high fives. You're going to try to put your elbows down into your sides without putting them there. And you're going to squeeze your back muscles. So you should really feel it in the center of your back. Great posture pose. Make sure you're breathing. Your neck, you shouldn't be straining your neck at all. Okay, last one. Shake that out, back to mountain. Remember, in mountain, we're not standing tall. We're just kind of relaxed. You're going to take your hands behind your back. You're going to clasp them, and then you're going to bend forward. So this is a great one for your posture. It makes you stand up straighter, especially if you've been sitting a lot. Your neck should just be dangling, no strain. Hang out here for a bit. All right, slowly rise back up into mountain, unclasping those hands. And I think we have one more. Oh yeah, we can't forget our most fun one. So we're gonna do dancer again. We did this one last week. So you're gonna take your right hand and take your right foot, grab the inside of your foot, and remember our knees aren't gonna splay out. We're gonna go right behind us. And there's different levels. If this is all you can do and keep your balance, that's fine. But the further you go back and the further you bend forward on that front leg is the harder it's gonna be. So lifting your left hand up in front of you, pick a spot on the wall and maintain that balance. You wanna be pushing your leg into your hand and your hand should be pushing into your foot. If you fall out, that's okay, just get right back in. All right, coming back down into mountain, release, shaking out your feet. We're gonna do the other side. So take your left hand, grab your left foot, the inside of your left foot, and we're gonna go back into dancer. Try to push yourself and see if you can go the whole time without falling out. Takes a lot of focus. Don't splay that knee out. Should look like that. Okay, coming back down, release back into mountain. Take your arms above your head, deep inhale, do a little back bend, exhale, forward fold, jumping or stepping into your plank, halfway down, all the way down, pushing into your up dog, and then back into your down dog. All right, so now I want you to come to all fours. We're gonna do some abs. So we're gonna do bird dogs first. So I want you to take that left hand and right leg off the ground. Reach them out, and you want it to be a straight line. So that left hand should be reaching out as far as you can, and your right foot should be extending back as far as it can. Try to make yourself as long as possible. If you fall out, that's okay. If you're shaking, that's okay. Good job. Now what we're gonna do, stay up. You're gonna stay up in it, and you're gonna take that right leg and go up. We're gonna pulse it. Just pulse it up to the sky. And then take your left elbow to your right knee and hold it, and then back down. Okay, We're gonna do the other side now. Right arm up, left leg back. Stay here for a few breaths. Don't sink in. You want your shoulders to be strong here. Keep your neck relaxed. Start pulsing that left leg up and down. But keep your core strong. Okay, take your right elbow to your left knee. Hold it for a few seconds. And down. Good job. Now we're going to come to belly, which is my favorite pose. Your stomach should go to the ground. Put your hands out in front of you and turn your neck to one side or the other. If you don't want to touch the ground, I put my hands under my head. This is my favorite. All right, so now we're going to do a few low back stretches and shoulder openers. So this is called Sphinx. You're just going to put your elbows on the ground, keep your legs and your toes pointed behind you on the ground, and this is just a really gentle low back stretch. Neck should be relaxed. This is just a good little warm up. Okay, go back down into belly and try to put your neck put your face a different direction than it was before. And now we're going to do locust. So in locust, you're going to, and you can watch me before you do it, it's a new one. You're going to keep your thumbs pointed down to the ground, and you're going to lift your legs and try to lift your thighs and your chest and reach back. For those of you that feel like this isn't as much of a challenge, you can interlace those hands behind you and really open those shoulders up. I want you to look just up in front of your mat or wherever you are so your neck is not being strained. Try to lift a little bit higher than you are right now. All right, go back down. Deep breath out, back to belly. Now this one's a little more difficult, and if you can't do it, I want you to either do Sphinx or Locust, what we just did. Now this one's called Bow, and you're going to grab the insides of your feet, just like that, and then you're going to pop up, keeping that neck soft. This stretches my back a lot and my shoulders. You can even rock back and forth a little bit. If you feel any strain though, do not do this one. Okay, back down to belly. Rest here for a second. We're gonna push back up into down dog. From here, Connor's taking a nap while he's down. Shake the head, yes and no, shake it out. And we're gonna go on our knees and go back into a nice child pose. Take a few breaths. Okay, I want you to come to sitting and seated where we began. We're going to do a few more abs. So first we're going to do boat pose. We did this one last week as well. So there's a few different ways you can do this. You can either grab onto the backs of your knees, you can reach forward, or you can go down. The further you go down, the harder it is. Make sure that you're not, that you're really tight through in your core. You shouldn't be, I guess, loose in the low back at all here. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1, start. I'll go a little lower. Feel the burn. Make sure you're reaching forward. I'm already shaking. That must mean I'm working hard. Good job. Oh, you tough. And down. Good job. Next up, we're going to do something we didn't do last week. It's a new one. So get on your back, and you can put your hands beneath your hips if that helps. And we're going to do a combination of flutter kicks and scissor kicks. So Connor, can you show them what a flutter kick is? Yeah, it's when you're kicking just like if you were swimming. And then can you show us what scissors are? No. Scissors are in and out. There we go, so smaller. He's gonna kick me. Okay, so when I say to do scissors, I want you to do scissors, and then without going down, I'm gonna say flutters, and we're gonna switch, okay? So here we go. First up, let's do flutter kicks. Go. You can either keep your neck and shoulders down, but if that's not challenging enough, you can look up at your feet. Scissors. So it should be going in and out, in and out, in and out. Flutters. Whew. Make sure you're breathing. Scissors. Flutters. Is it bad if I forgot what time we started? Scissors. Flutters. Scissors. Flutters. Scissors. Down. Good job. Was that hard?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know. I forgot what time I started it. All right, one more. Oh, yeah, we'll do one more. Okay, so we're gonna start in a plank. We're gonna do a plank sequence. So we're gonna start in our front plank, and then we're gonna do plank with right leg up, then plank with left leg up, then we're gonna switch and do a side plank on each side, and then back to our original plank. And I'll actually watch the time on this. Go up in 3, 2, 1. Front plank, regular plank. Okay, you want to keep your bottom down and you don't want to collapse. If you need to do it on your forearms, that's fine. And we're going to stay up the whole time. Try your best to stay up the whole time, even when we're switching poses. Plank with right leg up. Okay, right leg down, take that left leg up, keeping your body in a straight line. Really suck those abs into your spine. Woo. Okay, plank on your right side. So you can do it how Connor's doing it, or you can go down to your forearm. Keep that right arm up. Okay, switch to your left side. Try to keep those hips up. Good job. Okay, let's go back to our plank. Just a few more seconds. You guys got this. Three, 2, 1, down. Good job. Whew. All right, we're going to come back to our seated position. And we're going to do a few stretches before we finish out today. So let's do just a forward fold while we're sitting. Stretching out those hamstrings. Okay, bring that right leg into your left thigh. Switch. Let's do butterfly. This one's a hard one for me. Try to keep your spine upright. Get a little, should feel some work in your abs. Okay, try to bend over, which I can't go. Can you go very far? Still good to try. Okay, let's do pigeon while we're sitting up. Take that right ankle, you're gonna cross it over your left knee. If you're not feeling much of a stretch here, for those flexible people, you can lie on your back and do this one. And you can pull your knee in a little bit more. I feel plenty right here. Okay, let's switch. Take your left ankle, cross it over your right knee. Oof. Pay attention to which hip is tighter, and you should stretch that hip more. All right, let's do some happy baby. Conway, show us happy baby. Now you're gonna grab the outsides of your feet and stretch your legs. Your legs are so long, it's kind of funny looking. All right, okay, let's go back up to seated. Let's take a few deep breaths in and out. And we're done. Good job, guys. If you want to stretch any more, feel free to, or if you want to work on any of those stretches, remember Coach Emmy is going to do a body weight workout on Thursday at 2:30 on the same format. So make sure to tune in for that.